Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to our usual weekly live stream for track feedback. And today we're doing a special meeting for the 2023 planning session because some stuff is changing. That's a good thing. Mix Texture is growing and growth means change. So today I want to talk to everybody and hear from you about what you really need, what you want, and what's going to allow us to keep going forward with a really great community and most especially a weekly live stream where we can see each other and chat. Turn off my monitor screen. Yeah, I just chowed a granola bar. I've eaten some little protein for breakfast. Let's start off with the fun stuff, though. We got some new releases. First up, Black Desert from Canada. That's our friend Scott Burke, coming out on Defora Records out of Italy, I believe. And these are, let me turn this up. Hello to Martin, Ben Hunt, Shepherds, Oliver Specht. Oh, and Chris Circuit's here, too. Got the chat up. So Scott Burke has a cool style that's like, I guess I would put it in the melodic techno genre. Pitch bent melodies, interesting chords, definitely hypnotic grooves. What just happened? My audio stopped. Okay. It looks like audio just stopped for some reason, and I don't know why. I can see the mic coming through. Did my internet freeze? Oh, was that the end of... That was the end of the Beatport preview. I'm freaking out over here. Duh. Okay, so this is about the Black Desert track. That was funny. Let's check out the title, Let Go. And for anybody who's not so close with the Mix Texture track feedback, these are tracks that we listened to and gave comments on and helped bring to final version. This preview is a little crinkly on the high frequencies, but you can still get the idea of the groove. All right. I don't know if Scott's in the stream yet. Let's check out Afterlight. Yep. Okay, all good. Nice clean low end. Scott's been working with some interesting vocals. Okay, I would like to listen to these. You know, I hate pressing stop on the tracks. So that's available on Beatport on Defora Records. And another one. Where is DJ Waters? Is he gonna come in today? This track, Apocalypse, just got mastered by our friend Piv at Den Mastering.
It's time for your DJ.
Apocalypse.
Crazy hardcore. Ah, Ian's here. Awesome. I was just doing a little promo for your new release. Apocalypse. It's like bright and early Friday morning for me, so this music is coming in direct. Listen to that distortion. Let me push up the stream. I can just imagine that on a big system. So congratulations to all you guys putting in the hard work to update your tracks and get them ready for release and put them out on some labels for international distribution online. I want to point out one of my favorite things from last week, which happened with Donats just yesterday, where he asked this question: has anybody ever used anything like Melda Production, the M drum replacer? So Melda is cool. They have a nice suite of free plugins like, you know, I can't remember all the names of them, but they start with M, like M Phase, M Scope, M whatever. And he was asking about replacing samples, and I thought, well, wait a minute, that sounds like Slice to a new drum loop. So I just put up some screenshots of what you can do in live to create the same, to get the same result. And over on the sidebar, we made a little thread. So you take a drum loop, select convert drums to new MIDI track, There's a picture of the audio file. The result is a MIDI file with labeled sounds. Like it interprets, oh, that's a hi-hat, that's a snare, that's a kick. And then it gives you a drum rack with sample slots where you can drag different sounds in there and literally replace the samples, which I thought was super cool. And I was a little surprised that Donats was like not doing that every single day because his tracks always have chopped up loose and everything. And I was like, oh man, that's cool. So I was really psyched to share this little micro tutorial, um, put it up as kind of like a little thing that you can do and then see what happens. And right away I was like, oh, you know what? We can start doing sharing drum racks, slicing audio loops, seeing how do people replace sounds and everything like that. And this leads to what one of the things I want to talk about for our 2023 vision planning is I like to do more tutorials, teach the fun stuff of creative music making with live sound design, playing with layers and loops, and the first stuff of your version 1 original creation mix. In the last year, we've been doing some deep technical mixing and editing, and I feel like I want to have some background music. Hold on. Yeah, Chris, that's a great little trick. So I'm going to play a track from Matt Schultz, Apnea 100 on a dub techno release. This will give us some little background music so you don't hear me spitting out granola flakes. Got a lot of windows open. So what am I talking about? What am I going to do for 2023? Well, Mixatexture grew. And in the story of track feedback, we started on Facebook. We did written comments. We did weekly posts. It grew to the point where we needed separate threads for each track. Discord solved that problem with a really cool dark theme, no ads, plenty of space to do channels for each genre. And then inside every channel, you get a place to put your own track in your own thread with all the comments organized in one place, which really helps people get feedback and update the music and make it better, as well as building relationships, connecting with people who are making crazy sound design and stuff, and leading to releases, mastering, publication, all kinds of great stuff. So I'm super delighted with that. And the most important thing for me is to keep this group energy with that team spirit. Shippers put in this amazing long word in German that I don't remember what it was, but it was like a 6-syllable word meaning team spirit. And that's pretty much the most important thing to me about our community, is to keep that going on. However, the problem is our live streams grew and grew and grew to be like more than 2 hours long. I was doing 20 tracks a week. People were putting updates of very good refinements to get from like 80% done to 90 to 100% done. But the problem was, to really hear the update, I had to listen to the last week version and the new version to really hear the difference. Like, is that stereo field better? Is the bass line missing that one note that was causing a problem before? Did we fix the micro timing on the drum breaks or whatever? And, you know, doing an A-B comparison of 2 tracks, it takes twice as long. The details are harder and harder to hear, which I like because I like hearing great improvements. But we were just running out of time, and the music was getting so good that a lot of the time I wasn't actually even giving tips on how to solve a problem. I was just saying, wow, here's something this person did really well. I'm going to just point out what this is as a micro tutorial for what to do in the transition, or how to create the feeling of a build-up, or what a great mix sounds like. And then, you know, in the last couple of weeks, it's been like playing a collection of tracks and just saying, yep, this one's done. Yep, this one's done. Here's what Shepherds did. Here's what DJ Waters did. Here's what Ben is doing. And I like that. It's a great kind of like a celebration of success in the music. And it's led me to a place where I think, okay, I can't afford to spend so much time doing track reviews. Nobody wants to watch a 3-hour stream. I can't really do multiple streams per week unless they're shorter. So what I want to talk about today is how to change our whole subscription model and feedback model so people who want feedback can get individual detailed feedback, and we can do a live stream every week where I'm teaching tutorials, showing some sound design and fun stuff that everybody can use as inspiration, and then reviewing like 5 tracks a week or something like that. Yeah, DJ Waters, free t-shirt, a signed picture of Steve, and a box of crackers when you sign up in 2023. So the first idea I want to float is, in order for I want the group to grow. I want new people to come in Discord, join the channels, use time-stamped comments in a way that the new people learn critical listening skills. They learn to make really good comments. Every person who comes in adds 2 comments. So as the group grows, every person who comes in makes it better and better and better. The way it's working in the past, I was promising to write a comment on every track. Every new person stretched me thinner and thinner and thinner, and a bigger group would mean kind of crappier results for each person. So question number 1, I want you to answer this in the chat. Do you think it's a good idea to have a really low price subscription where everybody who comes in is expected to write comments and the group grows just with that only in the subscription, meaning new people can add a thread in the channel they want, post a link, ask for help, post unlimited tracks, unlimited updates, as long as they're giving comments to other people, and then we have our moderators to help. While I'm waiting for comments, let me tell you, we've promoted some of our fantastic producers to be moderators. We have James Sargent from the moderator crew in the original Facebook group. We got Donats in the house crew. We got Shepherds in techno. We got Chris Circuit for electronic circuit bending and Max for live. Ben Hunt in acid, down-tempo, chill out. And AFL. John Madison, who's been doing some dreamy, kind of liquid DNB, dubstep, spatially flexible beats, I guess. And it really means a lot to me that you guys want to help and be moderators, and that takes a load off of me where I don't have to read every thread and comment on every track because the moderators are doing it. So please take a second and type in the chat, is it a good idea to have a very low price subscription for everybody who wants to join Discord to become part of the written feedback? And as another part of this, I'm doing more production in 2023. One of my goals is to go through, one of my goals personally is to become an Ableton certified trainer with the application cycle this year. That was difficult to do in Pittsburgh because they had so many trainers already in Pittsburgh. They don't actually promote new people if they have a lot in the area. But in Hawaii, there's not that many. And to get there, what I want to do is study the Ableton manual, learn everything that I missed and don't know, build tutorials with the stuff that I learn, create new instruments, effects racks, mix tools, things to play with, and share those in tutorials, and kind of bring everybody along through that process so that as I get certified, you get tons of new tutorials and we just have more fun making music. I want to share new mixes, share music every week, share updates, get into my back archive of tracks that I built for tutorials and just start finishing them and showing everybody the process. So can you type in a comment? Let me know what you think about that. About specifically Discord subscriptions for like $8 or $9 a month. I'll show you in Discord what the subscriptions are going to look like. We recently accessed the ability to monetize stuff. So these are some sketch ideas, which this is even maybe not going to be the final version. Ben, as moderators, are we meant to comment on all tracks versions in our genre? No, I'm hoping we can have moderators who are just watching all the tracks, finding the people who might come in and post 30 links and not comment on anybody. I'm not expecting you to comment on everything, but when you're like a genre commander, I'd like you to just read through the channels that you're watching and be aware of how many threads are getting posted. Keep an eye out for people doing that really unacceptable stuff like spam, violence, porn, the stupid shit that nobody in here right now is doing it, but when we were running the Facebook group and new people were joining all the time, you would get stuff with like a guy putting a gun in his girlfriend's mouth and that's like his album cover. And we're like, dude, we don't want to see that, you know? So no, I'm not expecting you to write a comment on every track. I am expecting you to be aware of all the posts, and it's very easy to get a feel when people are coming from the wrong headspace, and then let me know and be like, person, you're posting too much, you're not commenting, that's not what we're here for. Here's the rules, here's a reminder, here's a little steering to get that person back on track. I'll be happy to talk more about what's expected from moderators and everything. That's a good question. Genre Commander, good album title. So the cool thing about Discord is we can now offer subscriptions right here in Discord. This solves a big problem for me that as an admin, I had subscriptions in Patreon, PayPal, my old members site, stuff from 2018, people who signed up for different pricing levels and different options. And it was hard for me to deliver consistent, good quality stuff for each person who was subscribed. And the price points were all over the place. So what I want to do is have simple pricing. What I thought for these basic ideas, one subscription called Fix Your Mix for people who are not making a lot of music, maybe just posting once in a while, that was a low price. The original track feedback crew, around $15 a month to get access to all the different genres and everything. And then online course support, a higher level for people who are taking a course and they want to post their homework that they make in that course with channels on the side that you can see if you look at the left side scrolling down. I made some channels for coursework, upcoming courses, Make Space for Bass, Escape the 8-bar loop, How to EQ your tracks, Sidechain Clinic, Learn sound design with Operator. I would like this to be a section for active students just to share short audio clips and talk with each other about what they're learning. And even now, I'm not sure these subscriptions are the right price because let me show you a page of some sketch products, which is in the new releases area. Okay, over here. This is the new members site. Well, it's a new course library, really. It's not actually about memberships. It's about online courses where you get hands-on session lessons. Escape the 8-bar loop, make space for bass, la 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 la. This is the fun one, Ableton Racks Custom Collection, where we can host all these different racks and presets, and then I can teach them. So on the top, there's some instructions, how to work with presets, how to connect on Discord, how to make a timestamp comment. These are the things where people learn how to be part of our crew. And then we've got different instruments, synths, sub basses, drum racks, effects racks. And this can just grow and grow and grow as I'm studying the manual, making new music, exporting my racks as tools to play with. I can throw them into this product and people can come in and just download the new ones, new one every week, every 2 weeks, whatever. And this is like the basis for what I can be teaching during the year. Now, if we have a very cheap Discord subscription, this is question number 2. What do you think about a product where you can buy a single video review for a cheap enough price that you can get a couple of them whenever you want? This is something Mark Troy, Maxime was suggesting. Other people have said, why can't we just buy one track feedback at a time instead of having a big monthly subscription? I know people don't want to pay $90 a month or $50 a month for track feedback when you're not sure what you're going to get. So if we do single video review, what I could deliver is basically the same thing like a track feedback live stream, but it's a private video for you, 15 minutes or so. I talk about sound design, song structure, mixing, stereo phase issues, any problems that need to be corrected, and post it in your Discord channel. So you would get a link to your video, written comments with timestamps, and a place with a thread where you could ask questions and get answers from me when you do this. This page has all the stuff, what's included, like video, delivery, timestamps and stuff. Put in some testimonials, little stuff about me and money back guarantee, frequently asked questions. What would make this better? You can submit a high quality audio file. So I'm reviewing a track in Ableton. We don't have degraded SoundCloud and you don't have a degraded audio from YouTube. What you get is a video where I record it in high quality. So you can hear the audio, you can see me review it in live with Spectrum Analyzer and everything. I can do the EQing in live and you can watch that on the screen instead of EQing on the mixing board. And I can actually spend time one-on-one with your track for like a longer duration of time. So I'd like to know if you think that's a good idea. Okay, Shepherds, I just saw your comment. Thank you for that. And then another idea is to add in a track feedback video bundle, because when you make updates, you're going to want feedback on the updates. So there could be a chance to get like 3 videos for a bundle price that represents one track getting to completion. And then there's like this cool sales page checkout. And I can edit these pages really quick. So I want to know, number 1, do you want to buy video feedback one at a time? And number 2, what do you think is the right price? There are some examples out there where people are charging like 50 euros for a 20-minute video. And that could be cool, but that might be a little more expensive, like $60 or something, might be more than people want to pay. I personally always think about relationships. I want people to be able to get feedback on their tracks, useful feedback that's going to help them get it done. And if you want additional comments and follow-up and everything, I'd like to be able to do that. I just can't do it in a 3-hour live stream, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so Shepherds and Chris Circuit, you're saying the single video thing is nice, but I would price that higher. The sketch pricing right now was, I put in 25 as a starting point for single video feedback. I mean, I know people are making a lot of tracks. So if a person was gonna actually get feedback twice a month or something, do you think $39 for a video feedback is realistic for people to pay? I would love to price it higher, and I don't want 7,000 of these to do. I would like to be able to do every day. I do a couple videos, post the links, have that be a work block, and then I can go on into my own creative music and stuff. So Shepherds, 50 euros per video, lower price tags attract different people. I agree, and price communicates value, so I do agree that this should be a higher price. However, there's another option, one-on-one individual track feedback in a live video call, which means a one-on-one video where I do track feedback just like I always do, show the music, show the audio file. You can send me the audio in advance, so I'm ready. And then we have a private one-on-one video, which could be a higher price. I'm putting in a placeholder, $99. This might be too high, but that could be a longer duration, and a one-on-one thing where you're on the call. You can ask me questions, we can stop and talk, we can chat, I can give you suggestions, I can go into live and show you techniques for your audio, and we could develop that as like the highest price level for people who want the most individual feedback. So I'm thinking as an overall thing, we have Discord as like the big container for the most people, low price subscription. And in my dream world, the subscriptions are going to pay the moderators. Okay. So I'm not looking at Discord as like making money off your subscriptions. I'm thinking, can we just pay the moderators for their time as that grows? And then the places where I'm planning to make money in my business model are in the online courses, which are obviously the highest price. And I can spend time making new session lessons, putting these courses out, doing promo and marketing, which I have not focused on enough. Obviously, I need to do more of that. So if I can make money teaching hands-on session lessons and courses, doing a few individual reviews every week, like 10 or max, I don't know how many the max is going to be. It's not going to be 200. And then having an option for coaching calls with one-on-one. Does that look like something to you that could be workable for what you need? Okay, one-on-one would not be beneficial to you. Ian, are you talking about a one-on-one individual video or one-on-one live call? Because you are doing special music, and I know that you like feedback from a lot of different people, I think, right? So, okay. Martin, $50 is about a zillion streams to break even when it's released. Well, yeah, there is a question of how do you guys make money from your music and what's in it for you. Oh, Matt Schultz put a hip hop track? We're going to have to play this. And I am going to do some track feedback today. It's 8:20. Okay. Chris Circuit, for some people, the one-on-one would be super valuable. Depends on where folks are at in their learning. Yeah, I would like to have the different pricing as very effective for different people. I remember when track feedback started in the Facebook group, one of the easiest things was that some people came in with tracks that were so bad, we would all listen to it, and I could hear people cringing and being like, dude, this is hopeless. And that was actually easy for me because I could just go in and say, here is the first problem that is stopping your track. Your harmony is so messed up, it's just never gonna work. Go to this track, delete these chords or change this bass line and come back next week. And I would just give them one tip. Or some people would come in and the mix was just so obviously horrific. Everybody would be like, where's your kick drum? Where's your kick drum? Where's your kick drum? And that was easy for me because the track was so bad. We were like, bro, something's wrong with your speakers. Your kick drum, you can't even tell it's there. Turn up your kick drum and come back next time. Now, as tracks have gotten better and better and better, we don't get to do that feedback because nobody has fatal errors in their track. We're hearing stuff where it's like, oh, I would actually put a cymbal crash here, or, this was amazing, but that one little sound could be just a little bigger or something. And as the tracks get better and better, it's harder to give feedback, which is why I think the individual video sessions would be cool. And the live streams can be like a group session where we don't actually hear so many people's tracks. Maybe we can do, and this is question number 3. How do you feel about live streams where part of the live stream is a tutorial with Ableton racks and fun stuff about making beats, and part of the live stream is showing people's music, like the version 1s. I would like to show version 1 and say, hey, here's a new track, it's creative stuff. Let's give this person a couple of tips on what I hear in version 1, and then all the other versions are gonna happen in track feedback. We'll play the new release when it comes out. So for me, live streams would be like teaching short tutorials on creative fun stuff, playing a few version 1 tracks to show off what people are doing with their creative music, and playing new releases to show the success of where we end up when we're done. That could be an hour. That could be once a week. I could keep doing that forever, no matter how many people are in the group. And basically, it would be expected that when you're at the basic level of subscriptions, you get access to the live stream. Sometimes I'll play your tracks, but you're not paying for video review on camera. Okay, so does that sound okay for a live stream model? I'll wait till you comment. And again, I want to say, seriously, thank you so much for giving your comments and everything. I realized this came out of nowhere in the month of December. All of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, it's been 4 years. I'm doing this every week. I can't keep going. I'm getting stressed out. And I sort of jumped in and said, all right, I got to stop everything. It's all disorganized. It's chaos. And I realized I probably should have started talking about this sooner and asked for feedback sooner before getting to the end of the month and being like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. So I'm going to type this in. Okay, I just typed in a comment of live stream plan, production tutorials, a few version 1 tracks, and new releases. Does that sound like something fun? And when I say fun, I mean, does that sound like you get to hang out, see your friends, chat, comment, be part of it, you're not getting bored to death, and it keeps the community together? I should also add, I love the Q&A, so anytime you have a question about something, I want to have a connection where I can see your questions, bring them back into the new tutorials for next week, and actually teach stuff that you want to know. You know what I mean? Okay, Morton, thank you. While I waited for comments, I think it's time to do some track feedback. So thank you, Matt Schultz, for this dub techno extravaganza. He's track 26 on this release. His track is called Ethereal, and the release is Apnea 100 on the Apnea label on Bandcamp. Chris, so when someone is new to production, they get really good takeaway and they use ideas, and we can all see the new racks for inspiration. Yeah, I mean, once in a while, there's going to be an Ableton rack that a lot of people want to play with. Other times, it's like maybe you don't like those sounds. Okay, Shepherds, the idea makes sense. Ian, a lot of information lately to take on board. People need to digest it and have a confirmed price structure. Okay, so I understand that. Before you comment and agree to anything, of course, you want to see numbers on screen. So for follow-up to this, what I need to do is create the Discord subscription that I'm talking about with a low price for these options in writing. Here's what you get. And then make the products for purchase with video feedback, exact price, video price, here's what's included, and then one-on-one coaching. So I guess I can ask a question. Does it work to have a live stream, a Discord subscription, one-on-one feedback, or individual video feedback where you get a video that's just a 15-minute video, and then top-level live calls for one-on-one? That's like 4 basic things. 4 offers. I'm typing this in right now. Discord subscription, live stream. Okay. So the 4 things are Discord subscription with a live stream, video feedback with individual reviews where you buy 1 video at a time, and then top level is live calls where we schedule it and we're like, hey, we're going to meet for this Wednesday at whatever time and have a personal video call. Yes, Ian wants to see numbers and what you get. Then you'll get your answer and have an idea what you're doing with it. That's why I love Ian. He's such a business head. He's like, yes, put the numbers in place, put it all down in writing, and then we can decide. And I totally appreciate that. It has to work for me so I can pay my monthly expenses, and it has to work for you so you feel like you're getting super value for what you're talking about. All right, that's enough of that. It's 8:30. Let's go through some tracks on feedback. And I know I'm not going to get through all of them, but there's a couple of things that look interesting. So let's check out Matt Schultz with a hip-hop beat. Synth Beat 3 version 1. Bringing up the level. Let's get our spectrum up. Doink. Whoa, don't want to see that. Don't want to see that. I believe we're hearing some dub techno trip hop type stuff right here. Master level coming up. Oh, Shepherds, good point. 4 offers are good for all skill levels. Yeah, because bringing in new people who have a place to start is important. Oh, Paul's here. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate that. Okay, so we have the basic ideas in place. Now we can tune in the price structure and arrive at something that's gonna work. I think this is gonna be really good. Okay, Matt, comment is having trouble coming up with music at the moment. Began to experiment with hip-hop beats. Try not to be too much influenced by the dub techno roots. Well, oh, wants to leave space for a vocal. Also, the snare has to hit hard. First of all, the snare can be louder and have more of a crack on it. Like go to 2.5 kilohertz and turn up that frequency to make the snare like almost make you blink, like. Keep the one you have and layer in another snare that's like impact, sharp, loud snare. The synths are very dreamy. I'm trying to imagine a rap vocal. It's kind of random rhythms with that frequency range in the middle. That could be super cool. Ian just signed up for a special Christmas video. Well, so Matt, in this track, the music sounds good. I can hear what you're going for, and the mix is pretty decent, but it sounds like a dub techno mix. So what you gotta do is exaggerate the snare drum, make the kick drum a little bit bigger too. Boom, boom. And grab an acapella vocal from somewhere. If you could put in a placeholder video, placeholder vocal, I would really like to hear what a vocal does to this track, because you could have like a super hard aggressive vocal and then this music is gonna bring it to like a dreamy or dubby place. Oh, Shepherds, price tags can be from No Brainer, Netflix, up until someone wants to go all in. That's what I was thinking. I want the basic subscription to be like so valuable and so cheap that people sign up and they're like, wow, I'm in this cool community. I'm learning all this stuff about critical listening and sound design, and we have a great vibe. No trolls, that whole thing that made it successful in the first place. Ben Hunt had to rush off for 15 minutes. Thanks. We started doing some track feedback. If you check the comments, there's some questions. All right, Matt, keep going with that. Tweak the snare a little bit. I would bring the kick drum up louder and maybe make the tail shorter so it's more of like an individual bump. And can you grab a vocal and try to put that in? Let's see if I can skip through and run through Tim Laws with Temple 01 Club 25 beat. Tim's tracks always come slamming in hard. That's maxing out my stream. Good vocal sample. I could hear that bass note a little bit louder. Let's see where this track goes. Open hi-hat could be a little bit louder. Here's some EQ on the top.
Today our man in jazz.
I like those sounds. Nice reverb on there. Let's skip through a little bit.
Music. The rhythm has been stretched.
Sounds like that vocal chop that Tim's been doing. I like this spacey transition. That looks like 1920s. The dancers were called flappers. All right, that's cool. I don't hear any major problems with this. I think probably you could EQ the kick drum down a little bit in the space between 150 and 300 to make some more area for the low bass things. That's super quick feedback. We have a bunch of tracks. Okay, Danaz, Randy, No Way Out. Did we play this last week? Yeah. Taib, Upstate, done. Mars Water. Okay, Oliver comments. Is this Gabriel 103? Yeah, Gabriel Psytrance. Okay. Canada with some techno. So Ian, a comment on the last track that possibly missing something from Tim Law is maybe a melody line or something to get the high frequency together, because it felt like a lot of bass lines and rhythms, but not like a melodic thread to carry you through. So from Scott, got Reason 12 on sale. Go back to all the tracks from the early 2000s and rework them. This is interesting. Wow, from 2001. Techno-edged, Tribal Affair. I like that squiggly synth is rising up. I would do that LFO squiggly synth louder and this metal sound down a little bit. I can picture the step sequencer and Reason like 2001. We were like, oh my god, the cables are moving when you turn it around. Like the cables go like this. I remember being amazed by that. I would love to hear a big clap or something coming in. That's a big reverb on that hand drum thing. This is really creatively different from what we've heard before. And also the tempo feels like it's on a half beat. It feels like 70 BPM, not 135. Ooh. It doesn't feel like do. So if you want this to be in techno, it should have like a 4/4 straight kick on every quarter note. Like dum. Then it would be like a fast tech beat. Right now it's like a half tempo, kind of like a with fast hi-hats, you know? That's not bad. It's just not what I would say is techno. Let's see where it goes. How did we get there? Interesting space. This is a place where that bass kick drum line could really benefit from some compression and saturation to get all those quiet rhythms louder. Because when you hear it by itself, it's like do. And that feels faster instead of just a one drop pulse of like boom, boom, boom. So I would definitely compress the crap out of that bottom with like drum bus. Just throw a drum bus on there, turn up the volume with a compressor switch and stuff. I like the horn thing that's happening here a lot. This is more like that organic gut type vibe. I like this better than the whole first half right here. If you could get to this part sooner. Really interesting direction. Hand drums and the horns sound amazing right here. Feels like actually a flute more than a horn, but whatever. This part has some amazing sounds that are ripe for a remix. I would like to have the horn, the hand drums, all the atmospheric stuff, and then just replace kick drum and hi-hat and like a hand clap. Maybe slow it down a few BPM. That is super interesting. Kind of sounds like what Taib has been doing, actually. This sounds good. The mix sounds really good. Let's see where it ends up. The Scott Berg pitch drift. And we end with that same pulse. Super interesting. I like the second half much more than the first half. That's the only other thing I can say for a summary. So I would love to hear more of that. Shepherds, do we have an update? We got some good feedback. Still on version 1 of that one. Let's just remember what that track sounds like. Well, that's on high note, right? Yeah. Copy link. I want to put that in the right window. No, not that window. I guess that window. Doink, doink, doink. Yes. Yeah, Paul, that one took a long time to get going. Okay, Shepherds, that's cool. I remember this one. Super distorted sounds. All right, cool. There we go. So Tunnel Vision is still on version 1. Okay. Mindbender. Memes. Final Master, we reviewed that. Okay, version 1, 2312. First rough draft. Ambient mix. Let's see what we got. I like that kick drum right away. Let's leave the broadcast level here and see what it turns into. Definitely not ambient. Good stack of comments. Okay, the bass line got a little fuzzy on top. Let me just hear the kick drum again. What happens when the bass comes in? Let's look at the spectrum. I felt like the kick drum lost some of its flavor when the bass line came in because they're both buzzy. Ideally, that can blend together. And there's a solution right there. If the bass line is going to be brighter and more high frequency stuff, you could carve out a little bit of the low end of the bass line with some EQ, like a low shelf or something, just to make sure the kick drum keeps that deep bottom space and the bass line is playing in like the low mid area. Oh, Ben, practicing moderator feedback, that's funny. Nice timestamps. Hi-hats sound awesome. Drum mix sounds good. So Paul, I'm curious, how are you laying out the arrangement on this? Are you doing a live jam, or is it like a rough arrangement kind of thing, or what's your process for that? You got me in the groove for sure. Right here, as soon as the bass line stopped, that kick drum became like more alive and full again. This is cool. Definitely not the ambient mix. All right, Ian, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Let us know how we want to see some photos. Yeah, Paul, this is a good groove. So that bass line that's going like wow, 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 that could use some Mindbender treatment with like a little bit of reverb and some delay with like shifting delay times to get it bouncing around and kind of like a mid-range upper frequency delay bouncing. In other words, put the delay on a return track and EQ the bass out of the delay, so you just hear the mid-range and high frequency parts in the delay. I like the rhythm. And then it comes back to simplicity. That's cool. Let's see where this ends up. Super buzzy. I like it. That's hypnotic. Okay, Paul, thanks for the answer. Rough at the moment, various sections with different sounds, but still playing around with the arrangement. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It does sound like there's parts with different combinations of layers. Like this part sounds like a harder, simpler thing with like, which I like a lot. This is sounding cool. A little while ago, we had kind of like an acid mix where I was talking about the Mindbender delay. This is super cool. This right here could be this could be just a simple techno track, kind of in the Shepherd style of like, keep the simple bass fuzz on there, play with some ear candy, and just have this combination of layers. Let me go back to over here. Okay, there's that one. This part had that more of an acid feel where it's like wow, 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 wow. The filtery sound moving. Yeah. Yeah, Ben, I agree. I think there could be 2 tracks in here. And I would start with this one. 5 minutes. So basically this one is like no bass line, just a big, fuzzy, heavy, distorted kick drum and the percussion layers and sounds with the vocoder thing moving around on top of it. That's enough for an amazing track that slowly tweaks over time with sounds fading in and out. And then the other variation is like this one with that bass line I'll just say like an acid filter type of bass line. That would be like a different version. And they're both cool. Let's just hear the ending. Yeah, this sound right here. What? Do that in a transition. Oh my God. Do that and make that a transition and then come back to that heavy bass or kick. What did you do with that? That was super cool. That sounds like a perfect sound design transition to lead back into a beat drop. Okay, version 3. Update with feedback from Friday. Let's just remember what this track sounds like. Because I hate to skip tracks and I always want to listen to this music. And what's in the change log? Some of the boom out of the kick, lifted the highs overall, crack on the snare. More build up coming out of the breakdown to the drop. Okay. Let me skip forward a little bit. Oh yeah, that snare is nice and bright.
I have made my bed, I know it. Every morning she comes strolling.
I like the Denat's comment. The kick drum is a little bit clicky. Not a crisis, but it is noticeable. Vocals are great. Good vocal effects, good level. Oh my God, that's me. That was my pandemic life. Yeah, the mix is sounding good. And the low end is not too boomy. Want to hear that rise end? Yeah, Paul, take that track, make 2 versions, and go wild with them. I think that's going to be interesting. And it could be an EP of like 2 versions where you know it's from the same source, and there's like 2 mixes kind of a thing. It doesn't have to be 2 totally different tracks, just like 2 variations of one idea, you know? Let's get to the main break on it. Yeah, Ben, I think this one is done. Let's see where it goes. These hi-hats sound nice and crisp. Getting to the outro. The atmosphere is great. It's throbbing. Big snare reverb, but it doesn't get boring. It's like nicely placed. Sounds like the Steve Miller song from the intro to Big Old Jet Airliner, I think. All right, Ben, I think that one is done. I know I didn't do a super detailed review, but it sounds like it's in the right place. Mindbender, keep calm and use more cowbell. Is this... Okay, for the 13th, update. Is that the most Ooh, another update. Oh my gosh. Yep, there's the cowbell. Never gets old. Let's see what this sounds like. Morton, are you still here? Congratulations on the Acid playlist. Getting up to number 2 on that one. That was cool. And there's the low bumpy bottom. I like that, like a short 15-second intro and then drop the kick. Yeah, Ben, good job. So Paul, this is a mix model for one of the versions from your track where the kick drum is dominant, the bass line is like moving around, but it's in the upper part of the low end, like the low mids, not the sub bass. And you hear that reverb on the synth. So, wow. A lot of atmosphere going on in here. Dropping it. This reminds me of last week. I had this really funny moment with Maria where we found out that we watched the same TV shows in the 80s, and she was describing the Colombian version of like Knight Rider and the A-Team and Magnum PI, Hawaii Five-0, like those classic 80s shows that have those soundtracks that everybody's doing for synthwave. Like she was watching them in Colombia and I was watching them here. Yeah, Martin's tracks are super loud and they have that like polished, compressed feeling. Actually, Tim Laws is kind of sounding like that too. The version ones are coming out like bang. Let me skip out a little bit, see where we go. Yeah, Ben, low end is super heavy. Bouncing, that's the word for those effects on the acid lines. There's a space around them. All right, Paul, thanks for dipping in and saying hi. Happy holidays. Enjoy the time with your family. Morton, I think this is done. I don't hear anything I would change or that needs to move in the mix or anything. Check mono. I think the worst problem we've ever seen from Martin is just too much stereo width in the effects. Other than that, the mixes are usually pretty close to spot on. This one sounds good. Listen to that at 7:15. Listen to that last filter sweep right here. Again, a track that's really good, and I don't have very much hard feedback on that at all. It's hard for me to give feedback because it's like, it sounds done. So dub techno, breakbeat, everything else. What's OSP doing? Glad to see some, okay, experimenting with a different kind of music. Wow, vocals. Woo! All the dons. A bit low level coming in. Let's see where it goes. If I heard this on Spotify, I would not expect electronic music yet. It sounds interesting. All right, Chris, thank you so much for all the help. Thanks for chipping in on our live stream, and I'll see you in Discord. That was a low bass bump that came in a minute ago. Wow, it sounds like Tibetan monks chanting. That sub is deep. I like where this is going. It really sounds different. Where did that guitar part come from? Did you play that, or is that a sample? Sounds like movie soundtrack music, like riding horses across Mongolia or something. Could you get more bass in the vocals? It would have more impact if it was like deeper, like in the Lord of the Rings when they show the orcs or something like that. Or maybe layer a low floor tom sound in with the voice so it's like woof. Okay, I hear a synth drone coming in, and the kick drum position sounds like a person playing a hand drum that's a bass instrument. Really cool sound design. It feels a little flat, right? Like I was expecting it to build up more. Could you have more percussion in here, like high frequency? There we go. There's the hi-hat thing. Something that's like a clicky wood block, like you know, something that's like a faster rhythm and a higher frequency that sounds like wood or sticks or hand percussion. Then this shaker is gonna be good. I like the swing too. Okay, good. Here comes that percussion I was expecting a little sooner in the track. Took just a little too long to get here, because now it feels like boom, 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 bop, 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 boom, 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 bop. Little glitch. Oh, the swing just changed. Now it's more straight, like Okay. Let me EQ the mids in the upper area. I'm gonna boost and sweep. Instantly, I felt that got better. I'm just gonna, like, I'll do that again. Here's EQ flat and boost. Flat. Boost. So what I think needs to come up is the slap and the tick, the slap and the crack on the hand percussion and the high frequency on the guitar part. When you lift that mid-range right here, it gets brighter and louder and feels like the fast rhythms are more direct instead of being like a woof woof kind of a thing. So I know we're not ready for mastering on this one. In the mix, I would bring up those mid-range instrument levels to get the detail in the fast rhythms. Beautiful music and sounds like a soundtrack, and this is going to be it to send us off for the end of track feedback today. Who's here for next week? Do you want to do a feedback stream on Friday next week? That's going to be right around New Year's. I think I'll put it up and go live and do something. That sounds like it'll be fun. Maybe we'll have a listening party. I don't know. Thank you everybody so much for helping me shape the vision for 2023. I really like where we're going. I'm excited to return to more creative, fun music making and not be so deep into technical mix reviews. It's going to be a lot of fun for me, and I think it's going to spark some new energy in the group. So thank you so much for being fluid and flexible with me on that. Hope everybody has a great holiday week. Safe and happy holidays. Don't drive around in your car if you're getting drunk. Whatever you're doing on New Year's, take pictures and share them with us because we want to see the crimes being committed. I'll take some pictures of whatever me and Maria get up to so far. We don't have a Christmas tree right now, but we have a Christmas coconut, which is almost the same thing. Thanks for watching, everybody. And again, the most important thing I want to end with is that our track feedback community is really special to me. Doing these live streams and seeing everybody having chats and comments is my favorite thing in the week. I love seeing you interact with each other, and I want to preserve that at all costs. So as much as possible, that's what's going on with the group, and then we'll shape the price points and everything else to make it work for all of us. So that's it. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you in a few days. All right, bye-bye.